Hello, welcome again to Ace Attorney, Chronicles. We are here in the forensic laboratory. It looks extremely kinky. Oh, nice cow. Now, kinky, as I say. But it is the side laboratory. That chemical smell really assaults the nose. And there's plenty of assault eyes in here too. What just a cunt. Chandelier, lovely chandelier by the way. Anyway, it looks as I thought the doctor isn't here. But we are here now. We may as well done some sightseeing, don't you think? What a seasoned tourist you become, Mr. Sato. You could just have a little look around, being careful not to upset any restless soul at this forsaken lab. Okay, look at the bottles at the shelves in the cabinets. What assortment of chemicals. These ones here are labeled highly toxic. That's worrying. Because there are also things that looks like a salt and pepper shakers in here. Salt and pepper? Oh yes, they actually say salt and pepper on them. Highly toxic salt and pepper. The doctor probably spent a lot of time to suppose, but she has meals here sometimes. Life goes on when you are surrounded by death. I guess. Well, look at this. What a magnificent display case. The cherry wood has been polished, the high sheen, intricate carving joy to behold. Well, the cabinet makes it really very skilled, aren't they? Do you have nothing to say about the skeleton inside, Mr. Naruhodo? No. Mr. Sato, can you tell that I'm trying very hard to avoid talking about the terrifying contents of that case? It's how I cope. It's how I cope. Oh, I'll be sure to remember that from now on. Look at this big thick book. Yeah. And it appears to be a accounting ledger. It's a record for the forensic investigation team spending, I think. Spending? Oh. What is it? It's clear that the team purchased various equipment and the supplies on a monthly basis, but, well, the entry seems rather strange. Really? In what way? They're buying 500 scalpels every month. 500 scalpels every month. 500? They must be working really hard dissecting corpses. I don't know, judicial autopsy are only carried out in certain special circumstances. A scalpel blades can be sharpened too. It does seem a bit strange, you're right. 500 scalpels a month? What could they possibly be using all that for? We're gonna scalpels fought with that? What are you doing? Ah! Sorry, we there's something we wanted to ask you, but you weren't here, so... So you thought you'd snoop around. That's acceptable, you people. That's acceptable to you people from the east, is it? Yes. What do you want? Those Strongheart told us, you see, it was you who examined the victim's body, Osmond's body, I mean. So we can ask you about your findings, although Strongheart advice. Very well. If the Lord Chief Justice has given his consent, I'll tell you what our investigation revealed. When we are done, you must leave immediately. Your findings? So what did you find? So you want to know what the forensic investigation team determined from the investigation of the scene? The scene? The victim, Mr. Odi Osman, will disappear from the experimentation stage amid an explosion. Okay. And Mr. Osman will appear moments later pathway up to the Crystal Tower. Where we thought question one and the same person. That is the team conclusion. But that can't be right. I don't feel like he's been catapulted there. It was an elaborate trick, we can only speculate about how it was carried out. Let's see, the two people who look very similar to each other were involved. They could have made it appear as if one single person had switched places, couldn't they? Very true, but sadly in this instance that was not the case. The man would disappear and the man would subsequently appear at worst the same person. The fingerprints at the scene make quite evidence. The fingerprints. They're not yet officially recognized as forensic evidence in the British justice system. One day they will be used as investigative aid as a matter of course. You mean the skin prints? Oh my, but that would mean... that the instantaneous actually took place. So where does that leave us? Yeah, it doesn't help. My team was tasked with investigating, not drawing conclusions. Instantaneous kinesis is impossible, yet the body did move from the one place to the other. I still believe he's been catapulted there. He hasn't cleared anything up at all. Makes the whole thing even more of a mystery. Catapulted. Mama? What is this? Mama? 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 Ah, where did she spring from? Love the design, by the way. And did she just call the doctor Mama? Love the design. With the thing here, with the mask, the crown-like mask. This is lawyer, dear. Oh, hello, to Mitchell? Please, to Mitchell? Yes, I'm a defense lawyer. Mama? Mama? Yes? Can I cut this one up? What? I've never seen silent on an Eastern person before. Want to know what it looks like? It's the same, my dear. Of course you can't. It's a live specimen, as you can very well see. Boring. Boring. I think I'll be going. Just had a near-death experience. Oh dear, Mr. Naruhodo. You're pale as a corpse. Then let's leave before I'm mistaken for one. That's it? That's everything she has to say? I don't know. That's literally everything she has to say. Well, what are you doing at the moment, Doctor? Keep a close eye on things so no impertinent Easterns thinks they can look around my office. There's such impertinent Easterns around. How horrible. How terrible. Yes, you. Me? She doesn't make sense words, Mrs. Sutter. I think perhaps it's time we left. Let's move on, I guess. Let's move on. Oh! I had no idea there was so many people in the world. I know what you mean. It's really packed here today. It feels as though it's taken us 2 hours just to make our way through the crowds to this point. Has it? I shut my brain down so I didn't really notice to be honest. Gosh, I do wish I had your absence of mind sometimes, Mr. Naruhodo. There you are. Had a feeling your lot will show your marks before long. Thanks. Oh, Inspector Nixon. See you are hard at work as usual. Warm greetings to you. I hope you've been keeping well since last week. We'll the ceremony. We just saw each other in the court this morning. Not you, Sunshine. The gentlewoman, so loyally at your side. Oh. Well, thank you, Inspector. How good to you to notice. He might be a bit rough around the edge, but he's still a proper English gentleman at the heart, I suppose. You'll probably guess. We were hoping to investigate the scene some more. Right, well, there's the young trainee domain. Oi! Get over here, Gina! Totally ignored. She seemed to be busy playing with a puppy. Probably giving it a traditional East End training. East End training? Gina? She's a police officer now? Amazing, isn't it? Amazing, isn't it? Yes. She's a good creator, actually. I think the girl I plays anyway. She's got the deduction bug, if you ask me. Yup, I think she'll follow in my footsteps nicely. What do you mean? I'm being transferred. It's time for me to say doodle doodle to London. Doodle 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 doodle. Oh no, really? That's a bit sudden, isn't it? I had no idea. Where are you going to be posted then? We'll come to see you how you are getting along. Not likely, but you're welcome to try. If you don't mind a trip to France, that is. France? I'm going to France? We work in Paris Police Prefecture. Be right up my alley. Oh, but France? I'm in a totally different country. I don't understand. Why would you be sent there? Yeah. That's the way to add a word, Sunshine. You don't go poking around nosing where it's not wanted. Don't even speak French. I'm intending to take the kid. with me when I go. What? You are? Taking Gina to Paris? Well, I can't leave her here in London. Who knows what become of her? I suppose he's worried that she'll slip back to slipping her hands to people's pockets and purses. I don't think he's worried about her pickpocketing this one. I think he's worried about her. Oh, of course. So that's playing on Inspector Gregson's minds too, is it? Don't blame him. Anyway, I haven't mentioned any of this to Gina, so don't go babbling, you hear me? No, of course not. I gotta keep that diva safe and sound until all this over, at least. Oi, do you just call me a blooming diva? Again? So you heard that, did you? Ah, well, any question about the scene, you can put them on my cable detective diva here. Alright, you're the boss. Inspector Wright in charge here now. I suppose I better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. So, Gina, you got a new dog, have you? A new character! Yes! Isn't that great? Toby's name. Oh, how delightful. He's absolutely adorable. Yes, the dog does seem lovely. But it's not so lovely Inspector Gregson that is playing on my mind, to be honest. Wait, are you Nyori Susato? What was that? Gina? We're actually hoping that we have to investigate the scene again. Yeah, alright. It's all around here. Okay, you do what you like. That's right. Yeah, is it? I'm playing with my dog. I'm gonna be playing with my new friend here. Oh yes, Toby. What? The machine that exploded must be over the top of those stairs, I presume. I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind. Sorry, you can go up there, Zeus. Zeus? Oh. It's like I told Odie yesterday. Even I learned here to break. What is called again? The reasoning supposed to touch the special dispensation. That was what you were thinking. That's the one. That's why only them lot are all that I investigated. What are it called again? The forensic something. The forensic something. The forensic something. Yeah, the forensic investigation team. Is that what you were thinking? That's the win. Yeah. But isn't the case that the special dispensation has been lifted? I think so. I don't really get it. We're traveling with you. You're still supposed to get permission for some big witty or the other as far in, eh? What was their name again? Low Strange somebody? I'm not sure that's quite right, you know. I think you mean Low Strongheart, perhaps? Ah, that's the one, yeah, previously. Apparently they are always watching me at the time or something. Actually, we just recently been to see Low Strongheart. Eh? You met him? And last time the police was caught going insane. He waited for 3 years in Ancova's office and came and be sniveling. Tragic. Tragic. Well, Low Strong has given us permission to examine the scene as long as we touch nothing. Are we gonna touch everything? Oh yeah? Honestly. Boy Scout! Promise. Alright then, go ahead, but if it turns out you're lame, I'll be the boss who gets it. I'll never eat another chip again. So you're still saying the earliest are we? Are ya? Sure everything will be fine. That really will be tragic. Alright then, the stairs of the guy. Oh, thank you, Gina. I was getting wearing it, so right, laughing was never on. Well, me was that. You know, being on court is not spending the whole time worrying about to be fan out. Note. You did keep an awful lot of secrets in all our previous court appearances, didn't you? Too many. Too many. Yeah, all those meetings and heard over every single time of the day. Just doing my job, Gina. Just doing my job. Watching someone else getting it naked and all the fun, actually. It was amazing when you showed that dodgy Professor Dodgy experiment was a total fix. The dodgy Professor, you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruhodo kind. Yes, I'm sorry to wish he wasn't, though. It's the boss I feel sorry for, sent off to do the impossible. What do you mean? I'm supposed to arrest them over Cove, ain't he? And at the time for tomorrow, you know. Hello, the dodgy engineer. What is your name again? Mr. Draper, you mean? Enoch Draper. Ah, that's one like yeah. Yeah. So the police are looking for this mysterious man with a black monocle. I guess they will be. He's putting too much on the boss, if you ask me. He say giving him Garrick. Garrick? Oh yeah, but I do wonder if that isn't actually from all the fry food. I believe it's the fry food. Don't blink, don't blink. Or maybe it's the stress, who knows. So Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Draper. I wonder if they had any luck. He really funny looking. Got any eyes with too much the glimpse of a picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch if it was nothing. Little devil's got it. Sorry, who? You know, a scowly river with a voice glugging down glass with a blood-red plunk. Plunk? Well, Van Zisk. Nah, he was there for me. That curved around wood. He was scowling about in mind. Probably won't be proud a good boss as it goes. She'd rather be the Reaper apprentice than a detective trainee. The way I see it, if the choice is between the cheap guzzling detective and a careless, goggling demigod. Demigod? You're equally badly off with both. I suppose you're right. I irritated like that. Well, we put that on. No, that one was bad. Anyway, the point is, everyone on the yard's dead set on finding the fishy engineer. But there seem to be no clues to go on, so they're stuck. There's nothing that can lead us to the river at all. Can you smell this? Where did you find the little mutton, Gina? Oi! Don't be flammy rude, Eddie. Slight overreaction, don't you think? Yeah, no matter, right? To be a difficult it. I won't fight detective. Sorry? I gave him a proper title and everything. It's Chief Inspector Tobbity. More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he? Yeah, super senior. Oh, so he's police dog, is he? The police recruit dogs now? I've heard that they are already being used officially in Germany as part of their city policing. Yeah. They're used to for chasing criminals and such like. A wonderful sense of smell, after all. I've had a good sense of smell myself, as it happens. I can tell the undergarments they have been freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't. There's nothing compared to this little fella, is it? Oh, really? According to what, boss, see? Must have been got a good whiff of your drawers. I go chase the side of the other side of the world. What? To the other side of the world, you mean? He can swim? Yeah, he can swim. Mr. Naruhodo, I think you may have missed the point by rather a wide margin. I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill. I'll tell you, there's gonna be more and people doing their bit for the police in the future. Yes, I agree. Right, one of these days, I'll be barking orders at us a lot, not the other way around. Oh dear, sorry Gina, I don't think I agree with your vision quite that much. Well anyway, whatever day you think about it, Tobias is Britain's first police tech. Found him down the east end of the other day, someone just chugging out the street. There you go. I knew she lifted him from somewhere. Oh Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and animals. And animals alike. So if you give you this, we'll be able to... About this, Gina. Yeah, I'm still learning the letters at the moment. Alright, she cannot read. I don't know A and E. It ain't too much bleeding problem. Bleeding trouble. And actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. Yeah, okay. There's just 30 yards margin on the back, that's all. It turns out there's very high quality French machinery. That's very particularly sent apparently. Oh, you didn't see? Let me have a whiff thing. Can you stop here? Can you... Stop B? You sure you don't smell anything? No, we didn't mean you should smell it. Oh, right. You mean Toby? Yes, we mean Toby. Thank you. Jeez Louise. Go, Toby! Do your worst! His sense of smell is so good he can track people over the ocean, can he? Professor Hybrid informs us that his oil is unique to Mr. Trevor's workshop. I think he's picking up a scent. I mean, if Allah follows the scent of this way, that could lead us to the Dodge Cub's worship. That's right, that's exactly what we were hoping. Alright then, we'll give it a go. Just over there. What? Wait, when did you want a pickpocket? If I can lead everyone to the British worship, I'll be the boss before next week. Oh yes, Gina. You sure you'll be promoted? Poor Gregson. He's gonna lose his job so quickly. Ah, the young generation. Right then, Otto, leave it to me! Sorry? We're gonna get it going all out at the dodgy engine cover this minute. Oh, but hang on. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time. I'm afraid we can't help. We need to get on with your investigation as well. With our investigation. Oh, right. Oh well, never mind. Ain't gonna be me what gets into my neck. I'll be the boss. Poor Gregson again. Got fudged. Ready, Toby? Got the oil sent, baby. Come on, damn boy. See you later. And she vanished. I do hope the scent of that oil leads them to what is Swindler workshop. Yes, I hope so too. Italy before the dog swims across the Chanel to French. I'm actually very worried about her. She's going alone and we don't even know if she's going against a murderer. A murderer. Anyway, let's go up. Oh my, so this is the machine. I was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place. Yes, that's right, or rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for where at the moment. For where? For where? For where? What extraordinary lengths Professor Herbrain went to in order to obtain this, the research point. Oh no, the professor was strict as well. He didn't know anything about it. Yes, of course. It is amazing, though. Is it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British. You're right about that, but you never see such a great deception in Japan, that's for sure. Have you that grown, I guess? Oh, look, is that? Van Zisk. Hello, Van Zisk? Zix? So, I think we are more or less done here, are we? Shall we, Mr. Sato? Oh, we're gonna get the hell out of here. Alrighty. Here's the Reaper, remember? Do well to keep our distance, I think. Well, you have permission to be here, from the top, from the big gogs. We're perfectly well allowed to investigate his machine, as long as we don't touch anything. From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart? Exactly. So we can stay here and stare at his wreckage as long as we like. Ah, she could have been at the center of the explosion here, and it wouldn't have been her steel will. Well, your wheel is similar to a potato. Least crushable man in the world, a winner 10 years in a row. Let's be strong, Master Naruhodo. Your country! Your country! And your assistant stand firm behind you. Behind you, of course. No, in front of you, behind you. Love and Six. What? What? Well. But what weather are we having, isn't it? I thought I was making it quite clear that I didn't want to be disturbed. Apparently, uniforms are unequipped to read signs. Oh, I read them. Oh, I read them. So what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Well, the thing is... Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate. On the condition that we didn't disturb anything. And yet you managed to disturb... You managed to disturb me. Never mind. State your business then. Come on to think of it. There are quite a few things I'd like to ask Lon Van Zisk about. Your apprentice! Not least of which is that awful case, even though it's nothing to do with this. Ask away, Mr. Naruto. You won't know unless you try. Your brother Clink. Oh no. Oh no, we're gonna trash that note. Anyway. So, Clink. What's the name of your older brother? I understand. Lon Van Zisk. You Niposis. I always have to be on guard whenever you are around. So you have been investigating me, have you? Oh no, it's not like that. I mean, no? Well, right. It is a bit like that. My older brother was also a prosecutor. He was the pride of the Van Zisk's family. But tragically, a vicious killer took him from us. The professor, you mean? Why are you laughing? Is something funny? The extent of what you discovered, is it? I shouldn't be surprised. Sorry? There's more to it? Lackluster work is very much your trademark, isn't it? You're too kind. You're going to tell are you going to tell old Nipponese with that same brush next? Japanese. So tell me, what's your interest in that historic incident? How did it happen, Lon Van Zisk? This is a rather curious case that's come to our attention. Are you aware of the Madame Tussauds Museum of the Waxwork by any chance? I am, naturally. I believe that since last month I featured one on display there for public scorn. Of course, the infamous Reaper of the Bounty would have to be exhibited, wouldn't he? Wouldn't he? Well, a particular waxwork has been stolen from the place and held for ransom. A particular waxwork, which... Wait, you mean... Yes, it's the professor. You're sure he's investigating the case as we speak. I was unaware of that. We don't know why there's a sheet. Why? It's a figure, right? Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Dribble? Already? Surely that goes without saying. We are very keen to see him found as well. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court earlier. Which, according to Professor Hairbrain, was of the old teen gentleman who has straight white hair and wears a black monocle. Monocle? So I was just wondering. I mean, I realize it's probably not possible, but very much appreciate you, monocle. Wow, so Sato-san really knows how to take the bull by the horns. Fine, why not? Fine, why not? I have a photo of the man here from the investigation 10 years ago. 10 years ago? So it appears he already had that black monocle at the time. What? Oh, no, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared that with us. We all need a man's testimony in court tomorrow, which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down in a short time available. So why wouldn't I show you the photograph? This is about Lon Van Zisk. Sometimes I just can't work him out at all. Well, I think he's trying to help us to defend his friend, but he also cannot go back as a prosecutor. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Jesus Christ. Oh, the file requested for the trial tomorrow. Thank you. Are you alright? Who is this man, Mr. Naruhodo? Lon Van Zisk's apprentice, apparently. So I'm not the only one. So Sato-san can see it too! Lon Van Zisk? May we speak with your apprentice for a moment? With him? Why? Why? He lives. No, now you disappear. Oh, I knew it! Kazusa-mama! Kazuma? I don't believe it! Your posture, your presence. It can only be. It's you, isn't it, Kazuma-sama? Oh, something strange. The very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. As if I knew him somehow. Can it really be you, Kazuma? He's Winter Soldiering us? Oh, damn you, wait. Too late. Who's Bucky? I don't know. What's going on here? Your apprentices? What is your interest in my apprentice, exactly? Yeah, as if you know the man or something. Well, since when has he been your Kia? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago. Lovan Strong introduced him to me about 3 months ago now, with the instruction to mentor him as a prosecutor. I didn't tell you why, didn't he? The man appears to be suffering from amnesia. Amnesia! Ah, the Winter Soldier, oh bastard. He got every last detail about himself. He has amnesia? Tomorrow he will appear in court at my side. What? What? So serve as my judicial assistant on loan Sohan orders. He'll be in court with us. Now then, unless I am in much mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course. Of course they give him amnesia. Of course they resuscitate him. Thank you. I definitely saw a reaction there. When Susato called out like that, it really seemed to hit a nerve. And she called out Kazuma-sama. That's it, guys. That's everything we gotta know about that. What a terrible explosion must have been, with the little gators have been buckled and twisted in the blast. Called the birdcage was right in the middle, and all just here. Look, but look, Mr. Naruhodo, the metal grille on the floor. You think it went down? Look how it is designed to open. It does, doesn't it? If the floor had opened at a surprise moment, the explosion occurred. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that this was very elaborate hoax, is there? We cannot touch it, so we don't know if we can actually, you know, elaborate. He wasn't here yesterday. Yeah, he wasn't here. Really? If I'm not mistaken, it's the cage in which the victim was standing before he was apparently beamed to the air. That's right, the birdcage, according to what Professor Herbrand said in court, it was made of food. Or more precisely, Japanese cypress? Is a thing? Despite having been in an explosion, then falling from the great height, it's relatively unharmed. Well, very well made food. What a form of durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo? I understood that the forensic investigation team had taken it away yesterday to examine it. I suppose they must have brought it back here when they finished their work. But sadly not with the body inside. No, that's right. I know we're given strict instruction not to touch anything, but still. This is too important piece of evidence to overlook. You might need it for the trial. Thank you. Are we done? We're done. You already met the masked man, hadn't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, yesterday in fact. All over in this office. I see. And if Kazuma really is still alive, it means that Mr. Sean lied to us. I know we're going to need to speak to him about that. We're going to have to leave now. Maybe he actually stopped breathing, I don't know. The forensic investigation team are due to arrive shortly. If they find out, if they found you here, it will cause problems. What sort of problems? For any affairs problems. Well, we could do without that. Alright, we'll be on our way. Let's go, Mr. Sato. Shall we go... Of course. What a mess. Well, I think we've done all the investigating we can here for now. We could just tell you whereabouts of Mr. Draper. I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then, you think we go out to try to speak with Mr. Shom at this point? Yes, I guess we are going to. I have things to discuss and I'm dying to meet him again after all these months. Yes, it's quite possible he might know something useful, you're right. Although, we ought to find him at the Madame Tussauds. He's supposed to be working there as a temporary waxwork exhibit. Yes, Iris told me all about his latest unusual venture. Okay. Oh my! No wonder it's called the House of Horrors. I'd like to turn on my heels and go straight home via the confectionery. This care makes you crave sweets? I can understand that. Can you? But you know, there's something about that waxwork over there. Like taking shot, maybe. Looks exactly like Mr. Sholmes down to the very last detail. Aha! What is it? Oh, sorry. I think you'll find that the temporary waxwork himself. Ah, the friend of my dedicated employee. Oh yes, hello again. It's Ryunosuke Naruhodo. We are trying to solve 2 cases, right? Might say I'm quite spellbound, but the great detective is a marvel. Oh, if you say so. My precious waxwork is already back there, where it belongs. You don't mean... Well, yes! The mystery is solved already. Wow! Mr. Sean can really engage his brain when he's hungry enough. So as you can see, he has returned his habitual duty. Ah, yes. His habitual duties? Hello? Do not disturb, huh? Did he actually found it or not? Or it was meant to be sarcastic? Supposed to say to Sasato-san. She looks very perplexed. So, did he manage to find it? I'm curious. Can we examine it? Oh yes, the heavy curtains in the middle of the House of Horrors. Whatever's on the other side then. You just know it's going to be terrifying, don't you? The sign says the Madame Spell Special Exhibit. Same you have to pay extra to go inside. I know, can you believe that? Pay more money? Oh, sorry. Pay more money? As if I've been scared enough already. It's not my doing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, we cannot open it, huh? That's lame. I thought, did he not find it? That's my worrisome. Hello, Mr. Jones? Really do need to speak with Mr. Sean, and I'm longing to say hello again. But where is he? He does really want to punch her. Ryunosuke? I think you might find it. That he's quite nearby, actually. Oh? What do you... Hey, my dear fellows, it is I! The world famous great detective and waxwork statue, Wally Jones! Susato-san! Susato-san! She died. She collapsed. She collapsed. She collapsed. She's gone. What were you thinking? My most humble apologies. I thought I died and going to an eternal paradise for a moment via London. Via London? Okay. Interesting road you taken, my dear madam. Allow me to make amends by offering you a tasty free deduction at some point. So long as it's not questionable street food quality. I don't mind street food. I don't understand. Why are you working as a waxwork here, Mr. Shems? Merely secret identity, you understand? Though the case is largely solved now. So I really managed to solve it. Largely solved. We are talking about waxwork abduction, I presume. Indeed we are, my good fellow. As I predicted, it was an easy proverbial pie. Was that easy to find? But I confess I'm yet partake to a pie proverbial, or otherwise, or any food, so far today, for that matter. Wait, she didn't pay you? Ah. There's some rumble that goes around the whole museum. So how did you manage to solve it so quickly? Oh well, do you remember I said it was largely solved? Anyway, I simply negotiate with the culprit. You familiar with the so-called telephone? Yeah? Well, there's it's the most modern invention allowing you to hold a conversation with people far away. In Japan, only the imperial capital and a handful of other cities are connected as yet. This morning, a telephone call we received here from a perpetrator of the abduction. As such, I was able to negotiate terms in time. The waxwork was returned. That's amazing. Just between you and I. It will appear the culprit had always intended to return to Stony Waxford in any event. But I thought whoever was responsible had demanded a ransom, no? Yes, I think perhaps. Perhaps the demand was necessary to avoid unwanted suspicion regarding the true motive. What was the motive? Does that not mean your negotiation was entirely unnecessary? Oh, this is why she didn't pay them. A fair that I must ask you to keep from Madame Tussauds at all costs. A hungry young Iris waits my return to Beggarly Street after all. Oh, Iris. Now then, do I sense that you have some business with this great Waxford? I think Iris is the richest one among all of you. She's like a magazine writer, right? So a very well-known, prestigious book. Everyone's, you know. We're in the process of trying to track somebody down. Oh. Yes, a man by the name of Enoch Tripper. He is the winner with you, Professor Arabre, and the engineer who built the Kinesis machine. As winner, an engineer, quite a modern man. He also seemed to have to be a conjurer of sorts, too. With considerable knowledge of state magic. We really need to locate him before the trial resumes tomorrow morning. We have so few clues to go on. That's the trouble. Do you have any good ideas? I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to have good ideas before one has data. If I knew something of the man's appearances, at least I may be better positioned to help. Yes, there are appearance, fortunately, for you. However, presently I have a little occupied myself, a little fill my stomach. Oh, as soon as you find Aniko, no matter how small, I shall gladly give you my thoughts on it. I'm just gonna leave that for last. Would you cast your eyes to the photographic print? Is of Mr. Enoch Tripper? The face of the engineer we seek. Well, an old Englishman looks broadly the same, of course. Told you it's not just an Asian thing. So looking at the photograph won't be particularly instructive. Are you alright, Mr. Sholmes? Oh yes, forgive me. Very interesting, this is very interesting indeed. What's wrong, Mr. Sholmes? You turn quite pale all of a sudden. Don't tell me it's similar to the professor. Okay, let's talk about Kazuma death. God damn it. Mr. Sholmes, do you lie to us? My dear Mr. Naruhodo, stay that piercing stare. What is this about? Last winter, when we were first on our way to Britain aboard a steamship, your words were very clear. So then, let us unravel this mystery. We discovered what events led to this curious murder. You told us that it was a murder, and you examined Kazuma's body. Indeed, and wherein lies the problem? We met him earlier today, the victim, Kazuma Saki. You're quite sure? He was wearing some sort of mask and he was apparently suffering from amnesia. But yes, I'm quite sure it was Kazuma-san. You must have known at the time, Mr. Jones, that he wasn't actually dead. Well, I can only assume that was wrapped up in the mud. Priceless. I can assume I was wrapping up the murderous atmosphere of the moment. But the fellow wasn't dead at all? Ah, priceless. I don't suppose that performance will pass muster, will it, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm gonna punch you to the face. Susato, take him down! Believe that the crewman present at the time made a mistake. But not you, Mr. Sholmes. I will now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that. Great detectives are wont to lie? Are wont to lie. Wont to lie. I don't understand. Please, Mr. Sholmes. Tomorrow in court, you'll find yourself on the threshold of a very great mystery. For now, I'm afraid that is all I can say. Now, a suggestion, Mr. Naruto. Will you indulge me? Oh, well, what is it? As I explained to you when you arrived, the missing Oxford has been returned. I personally reinstalled it in exhibit from which it was taken behind those thick curtains. And yes, the professor exhibit, isn't it? Would you like to see it? For mere 5 shillings, a special one-time only price, you understand? What? The proceeding won't come again, Ahmad. Wouldn't you like to see the fruits of my labor? Well, we do have a rather pressing investigation to carry on. Perhaps we could postpone? The price is very reasonable, 5 shillings, and you will find it's well worth it. Are you being quite serious, Mr. Jones? Surely you need to look at my expression. Not certain of this is seriousness or silliness. I never tell with you, that's the point. Very well. Couldn't hurt. Here your 5 shillings. Gratefully received. So, the special exhibit awaits behind the curtains. I invite you to peruse it at your leisure. Well, the money's being spent, so let's go to see the special exhibit. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end the episode right now, right here, because I'm a total douchebag and asshole. And because it was the perfect moment to make this moment a cliffhanger. It's quite interesting. How you might say. I know, I'm very good at the editing, huh? Well, we'll see you again very, very soon. Well, tomorrow, I guess. Goodbye!